My name is Jason.
My name is Julian.
And
we doing Filmographies. Yeah, Half Moon Street, man. So this was a 1985 production that came out in 1986. The tagline for this movie, where erotic fantasies become deadly nightmares.
Yeah.
It had a budget of $8 million estimated. Worldwide gross, $1.1 million.
Yeah.
This is a British film made by an American director who had previously only made French films. And I think it said it was like a Showtime production. So I don't know.
Yeah, that was in the front. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, is that Showtime or?
I imagine.
But it was also an RKO production.
Oh.
This would be the first RKO picture for like 40 years or something.
Okay. So do you think Showtime maybe ponied up money to get it produced so they could then run it on their network after it had theatrical run?
They're like, hey, Cinemax is doing some Emmanuel shit over there. Let's do our own.
We need some horny.
We need some horny Sigourney.
It's not a very horny movie, even though it's full of tits, though.
We need some horny Sigourney because we can't get Rebecca De Mornay.
Oh, I like that.
Thank you. When this movie was reviewed by Joel Siegel on WABC TV Eyewitness News, New York City, September of 1986, a few seconds of a clip of Sigourney Weaver topless on the exercise bike was accidentally inserted.
That's so crazy. I was doing a lot of crazy gestures every time she was naked. And Jenny
Like this?
No, I'd be like arm gestures. Like, it's happening again?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a delight, but so bizarre.
When the movie was released, Sigourney Weaver was attacked in some quarters of the industry for appearing nude in such a futile and shabby way. That's what this says.
Yeah, I mean, it is. The nudity is stupid most of the time.
People were left to ponder why she would have allowed herself to be talked into doing such pointless and cheaply voyeuristic scenes.
I don't think she was talking into anything. I think Sigourney's a strong lady. I think she does what she wants.
I didn't realize this was going to be like a political thriller.
Yeah.
It sort of felt like, okay, she's owning it, you know? She's using her sexuality to comment on sexuality, and it's going to be I'm a brainy
Girl 6
kind of movie.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid like that, though.
So the movie starts and it feels weird. The music's weird. She's jogging around. Weird things seem to be happening. She witnesses a car bombing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this feels like Children of Men.
Okay.
What the hell's going on here? And that's completely inconsequential. And nothing else like it happens.
The car bomb is just like a hint at political turmoil or what?
I guess Arab folk are being car bombed in London, apparently, in 1986. Enough so that she sees it and she goes, oh, and then just goes about her business. So she's a professor. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I need you to hit me with that synopsis.
I can do that. Half Moon Street. American professor Dr. Lauren Slaughter, Sigourney Weaver, fed up with making less than a sustainable living wage, decides to become a high-class call girl after a VHS cassette advertising high-class call girls is mysteriously sent to her. She meets English muckety-muck Lord Bulbeck, my cocaine, and they mostly hit it off. Lord Bulbeck becomes a bit of a fuddy-duddy the more he is faced with the reality of Dr. Slaughter's side hustle. Full moons might breed werewolves in London, but something, sex, something, Half Moon Street?
Mm-hmm. So she's a doctor.
Yeah.
Slaughter.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse rules.
Isn't that who wrote the book?
Dr. Slaughterhouse?
I think it's, I don't know. Dr. Slaughter, I think, wrote the book this is based on.
This was written by a man.
John Slaughter?
And his name was not Slaughter.
Okay.
Although the original novella, this is a 2-part novella.
Was called Dr. Slaughter?
It was called Dr. Slaughter and the Cider Pump Rules.
Okay, now I know you're lying.
And he wrote 2 other films or 2 other books that would become a film each, one of which is something we had actually talked about slightly briefly for some reason. I can't remember what it is, nor can I be bothered to look.
Pimps Up, Hose Down?
Could be.
Okay.
Could be. So, yeah, she's like, oh, man, I'm only making $150
a week?
Every 2 weeks, something like that. She's living in a flop house. There's problems with the water thing. What do you call that thing? Yeah, it's like a hand wand.
Yeah, it's a faucet. Spray handle?
Yeah, shower handle, nozzle, spray.
Removable head?
Something. Shower head, nozzle, spray, handle.
Afternoon spray.
And the guy, Christian, he comes in, oh, what the hell? I'll tape it up some more. And she goes, damn it, Christian. Mr. Christian, pump up this boat.
What was that from?
Jaws 2.
Some of the characters are like really well drawn and interesting and feel like real living people.
Yeah, there's interesting things that they just don't really touch on or follow through with.
Yeah, and some of them are dumb as hell.
Like the dinner party conversation is kind of interesting.
Okay.
The 5,000 people in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
It seems like, oh, maybe there's something going to be going on with that.
It's like some Illuminati shit, right? It's just there's 5,000 that actually matter. Is that what he's saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Practically 80% of them are Americans.
Yeah,
and none of them are women, right?
Yeah.
What he says. So she goes, oh, man, I need some more money. And the other guy, whose name is Julian.
Great name.
He goes, well, why don't you do this field trip thing? She's like, well, I don't know what that is. He goes, oh, yeah, it's a thing you can do where you field trip with Saudis and they pay you a little extra money and a stipend and I don't know, some shit. Because he's a trust fund. So he doesn't really care what his salary is at the Arab Institute.
I was going to say that, yeah.
Muslim? I don't know what it is.
It's Arab's in the title, but I can't remember the rest of it. It's not Muslim.
No. And so she goes, well, if it sounds so great, why don't you do it? He's like, well, I put in for it, you know? So she goes, all right, cool. And all of a sudden, she gets a video cassette that's a news expose / recruiting material for, what is it called? Peaches and emeralds?
Lavender.
Jasmine.
Okay.
The Jasmine Company.
This is wild because it makes it seem like prostitution is legal in London.
Yeah.
Because they're showing everybody's faces. They're talking about the actual business.
They're showing the Johns.
I'm pretty sure it's not legal.
He's calling up. I like it like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Send over Betty. And yeah, they're just like, these women make so much money and there's no strings attached. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Men are nice about sex.
There's sure a lot of
no problems.
There's a lot of Saudi Arabians here for some reason.
Oh yeah, quite a few in
London.
Just
walking around and calling call girls and shit.
Yeah.
So she's doing her jazzercise and she goes, this might be a lucrative opportunity to also have non-committal sex.
I'm a horny lady.
Mm-hmm. Sigourney. Horny. She says.
I wish
she looks right at the camera, too.
Fuck, dude. I love it. It's creepy when you say it, but me thinking about her saying it. Say, you're 70-something now, and I would like you to say it to me.
Yep.
Sigourney.
In your avatar makeup.
No.
I want you to be a giant. Step on me. So she just shows up, and it says Jasmine right on the building.
Yeah.
Come on in, girl. I'm a bucktooth British motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And my assistant, you won't understand a word she says.
Hello, Lord Diggs.
Oi, mate. You know the Dunny? From all the Jackie bars. So he goes, all right, we'll sign you up. We pay you. You decide what you want to do with these men. Of course, you're going to need a pseudonym. She goes, no, I'm going to use my real name. And they're like, what?
That's quite unheard of.
Well, I'm not your everyday, whatever.
You're special. I can smell it on you.
Mm-hmm. So she starts going out with men. And she tells the Japanese guy, you're not going to have sex with me.
No, you're a bitch.
You said I'm on the menu or whatever.
Yeah, don't talk about me.
You wanted to eat sushi off my cleavage.
Mm-hmm.
She's just piling sushi on her thing. You see that? Roll after roll. I'm like, you got 6 fucking rolls there. What are you going to do with all that?
She's hungry. She's only making 150 a week. In the
I
80s.
guess.
How many compact discs can you get? 150 a week? Not many.
Eventually, they send her over to Michael Caine's house. His camera's outside.
Oh, God.
And she's in the rain. He has a mustache. He goes, hi, what are you doing out there? She goes, I'm here to see you, Lord Bulbeck. You know my name? She goes, yeah, you're an author and whatnot. I've seen you on the television. Oh, that's quite insane.
You're going to be screaming Bulbeck later.
You're quite beautiful. Come into my house.
I'm going to dry your hair with a towel.
I'm one of the BGs. And they hit it off and have sex. And he starts cooking eggs and she goes, damn, you're good at that. And he goes, I don't think men should be incompetent in the kitchen. That's my dead wife in that picture and whatever. And she goes, do you mind? And she takes like the littlest pinch of salt and salt bathes it in there. He goes, oh, perfect. Just what I like, non-existent seasoning.
Yeah.
You're great, Sigourney. So she's like, women like having sex without strings just as much as men or whatever, and I make money and whatever. So he's working on some sort of a peace accord. Not sure really what. He's an author, scholar, but he's not a government man, but he brokers deals for... He's a real Jared Kushner type. And they're like, hey, so you go out with hookers though, right? And he goes, yeah, it's not a big deal. And they go, isn't it though? And he goes, nah, don't worry about it.
I don't have time for a relationship.
Yeah. You know, she's flim-flamming around, meeting dudes. She meets this British guy at a dinner party who's just like cutting her straight. And then she then meets him again at another party where she's not Michael Caine's date. And she's talking to two Saudi men who aren't her date. And the guy pulls her aside and he goes, your date's this guy. And it's an older guy and his son, who might be a prince. And all of a sudden she's pulled away from them by the Palestinian guy, whose name I forget. Let's call him Chuck.
Pretty sure it's Kareem Hatami.
He's a real worldly kind of guy. He likes movies. He doesn't do filmographies.
You know, he's got a pretty limited filmography.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at it, and like you go back 6 credits and it's Half Moon Street.
And
like,
they stopped in the 90s.
There's like a trickle and then a few more things in the last like 15 years.
Is he dead?
No, I kind of love this guy.
Yeah, me too.
Really liked him in this movie.
He's kind of the best part.
Yeah.
And to some extent, the bad guy at the end. He's kind of good too.
He's good. I found that I was pretty invested in Michael Caine and Sigourney Weaver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. When Michael Caine shows up, he's got it, man. He lights up the screen. You pay attention to him.
Yeah, it's not overly complicated, but it's a complex relationship. He's fine with it, but he's also not cool with it. Her being with other men, even though he enlists her services and she calls him out on it. The bad guy that I alluded to later, forget his name now, even though it's written in my phone. He was in the movie La Moustache. He sported the titular moustache.
Is that the movie where the guy shaves his mustache and nobody recognizes him?
No, he shaves his mustache and nobody realizes that he shaves. And they're all like, you've never had a mustache. And he's like, what do you mean? I've always had the mustache. And I'm like, dude, you've never had a mustache.
Does this destroy his whole life? Does he end up, like losing his job and stuff?
It spirals out of control. He ends up in China, I think, on a boat.
He's not the main character, though, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember liking that movie.
Me too. Even though, who knows now?
Oh.
He starts porking her because she likes a movie that he likes. And she goes, is this the part where I say your place or mine? He goes, Dr. Slaughter, it's the 80s. The question is, VHS or Betamax? So they go back to his house, I guess, because there's silk sheets.
Black sheets, yeah.
And they're banging it out while that movie's playing, and they say the line in the movie that they bonded over. Did they say it was a John Hughes movie? That can't be right.
No.
Maybe John Huston.
That could be.
So yeah, she's nude quite often.
Is it The Dead? They really like watching The Dead with Angelica Houston.
Yeah.
That's their favorite movie.
Play it again, Charlie. He's a cool dude. He's taking pictures of her nude on an exercise bike. And he goes, hey, well, why don't you, I'm leaving. Why don't you just take this apartment if you need a new apartment? You're making money. And right away, I'm like, okay, there's some recording going on. And briefly, 2 or 3 times earlier in the film, you see somebody filming something.
Bro, I really just thought this guy was a good guy.
See, I didn't think he was bad, but I thought maybe he's caught up in it and doesn't know it.
Okay.
And there's secret shit going on there.
He seemed like he was likely so rich that nothing matters, so he can really just have a nice friendship with this lady. That's what I thought, and I really liked that.
He's a real rascal, flirting with somebody, like, endlessly. To the point where she, like, flips him around and judo flips him or something. He goes, oh, I like it. That was my George Takei.
Yeah.
In any event, that guy's cool. She's still sleeping with Michael Caine. He's kind of being a little bitch about stuff. He wants her, but he doesn't. But then he's like flaky. Eventually, they have a similar birthday. He's working on his deal. Eventually, he's like, hey, why don't we do something? And she's like, word, I'm going to fly to Geneva and do that with you. Everybody kind of seems to know she's a call girl, even the Institute, but nobody really seems to care.
Yeah, which is bizarre because I don't think that's how that works. You know, I didn't really pick up on Michael Caine being a bitch. I thought his work was just like so demanding, and this is an example of how he can't have like an actual girlfriend. That's why he like mainly hangs out with escorts.
Mm-hmm.
But he's being a bitch.
Yeah, she's at a party. That party, Michael Caine just comes over, I think, and he goes, oh, I didn't expect to see you here. But then again, you're probably with someone else. And then he's at another thing and he's drinking the Perrier water with the lime that somebody says, I didn't know you drank that, no. And he sees her at another table get up and leave. And then when he runs into her again, he goes, so how was your date at the restaurant? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the food? Did you have sex with him? She goes, you like that, don't you? He goes, I do find it hot.
Yeah.
So he's like a little bit of a cuck, but he's also a little bit of a fuckboy.
Do you have a chair I could sit in and watch you get fucked?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe a closet with some slats I can peer through?
Yeah.
My God.
What I want is to be at a bistro having dinner, and I look over and I say, you're worth a woman, and I know that you're happy. See, his political stuff's kind of there. It's not, but
It seems like Michael Caine is stressed about it. Like,
Yes.
that's basically the only real hint at it, other than the strange espionage things where she's being tailed, which is stupid.
eventually she gets a phone call and it sort of reveals it's a. She's like, what? I'm playing my saxophone.
Right, I was going to say.
So he goes, meet me in Geneva. And she goes, word, it's my birthday. And she gets there and he goes, I had to leave. I can't come there now, but I'll meet you Monday or whatever. So she starts flirting with a French, English playboy.
Yeah.
She's trying to get in there and she's not having it. And then she lets him in there. And then she goes, give me a towel. And he goes, okay. And he starts looking at her notes.
Yeah.
And they play music. You're like, oh no, he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
She goes, well, let's have dinner at 8:00. He goes, word. Then she goes to the guy at the desk and she goes, where's that guy at?
After she's been waiting at dinner for like who knows how long.
A couple minutes.
It seems like she's been like an hour and a
She's
half.
been eating bread.
It's been an hour and 47 minutes.
More
I can tell.
bread, madam. You know? And when she watches,
Don't look at the neighbor's TV.
can't tell what she's watching.
Can't tell this. Why don't you go climb up in the window, take a peek, or go next door and ask her?
I should just get her phone number. So he goes, oh yeah, that guy checked out hours ago.
Just send her screenshots of movies. Why do you keep sending me pictures of Sigourney Weaver?
Why are you sending me pictures of what I'm watching? And so she goes, damn, that dude was rootin', tootin', and rude.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes back to London or whatever, and Michael Caine's like, oh, by the way, I can't meet you today either. I'm doing Jerusalem stuff. She goes, well, what the hell? So then all of a sudden, she gets a knock on the door, after the phone call, I think, because she's scared. And it's a big basket of flowers. Flowers for you. She goes, oh, good. And she's not even put off by the fact that this big bouquet of flowers, the guy who's holding it, just walks right in.
And completely obscured. You don't know what he looks like.
Yeah.
We know, though.
Right.
We see him.
We do. And he puts it down and he reveals himself. And she goes, what the hell? And he goes, I found you. I know everything about you. And she goes, well, you're weird. Get out of here. And they start kung fu fighting.
Yeah.
She's kicking him and he's punching the shit out of her. And then he knocks her down on the couch and she looks at the door and it's unlocked. He looks at the door, sees it's unlocked. And then he just starts walking around the house, ripping all the phones out of the wall.
Yeah.
Leaves the room. And she's just laying on the couch.
She's got a bloody nose, bro.
Leave.
She's got a bloody nose.
I know. She needs to do her makeup, but, maybe with just this once. To save your life, you just leave.
I don't know. I think that's too much, man. She's got a bloody nose.
That's true. That's absolutely true. You're right.
You can't.
I
mean,
stupid.
Every time you get a bloody nose, what happens to you?
I stay in the house for days.
Yeah.
On end.
Uh-huh.
And so she goes, are you going to kill me? And he's not really committal. The guy can't commit to shit,
You're built like a grimace shake.
Me?
That's one of the big insults at Jack's school.
Oh.
You're built like jokes.
Oh.
They're terrible.
What's a grimace shake?
Oh, it's the McDonald's purple shakes that were around for like a month.
Are they?
They were just
do they come in cups that are shaped weird?
No, they were to celebrate the grimace. No.
So you're just shaped like a cup?
Yeah, you're fat.
Cups are fat?
Well, they're wide.
Are they?
One size going up,
Well,
they're usually thinner on the bottom and get wider as you go up.
Yeah, but then that just means you have a big head.
Yeah. It's really quite interesting hearing little kids try to insult. You're like, you suck at this.
Just hearing all sorts of shit. I'm like, this is what you're all doing now?
Y'all shut the fuck up.
So they're just hanging out because he's like, I want you to do something. It's unclear what that is. I mean, we know kind of what it is, but
you're going to kill me.
So she goes, I got to go to the toilet, the toilet. And he stops her from closing the door. And she's like, dude, there's a skinny skylight. I'm not going anywhere, man. Just let me close the door. It stinks. He goes, all right.
Because she's been farting in there?
Because she's going to fart in there. She's been holding it in. And so she starts running in the shower because he goes, oh, of course. She's going to mask the farting.
Yeah.
But then he goes, I don't know. It's been a while. So he goes in and the room's just full of smoke.
Steam.
Well, that too.
Why would it be
She started a fire. It's also really big. It's a huge bathroom.
Yeah, it's like, what is this? It's a hallway?
I don't feel like it was this big earlier, but okay. Yeah, it leads into the back room.
It's like 5 doors.
Yeah. And so she opens up the shower, smashes it on his face. He's cut to shit. And then she bludgeons him with a vase.
And he dies.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Although maybe he's just unconscious.
No, they like when he goes back, when the other guy appears at the body, he's in the exact same spot, eyes open. It's like, well, that guy's dead.
Because maybe he's unconscious. How do you pass out after being bludgeoned? Maybe he fell and broke his neck. Who knows? The gun's laying there too.
Not sure.
So yeah, I keep wanting to use different P words, but the Palestinian guy comes in. She goes, "Oh fuck, man."
You said Palestinian, but then you said he was from somewhere else after that, and then you went back to Palestinian. And you think this guy is Palestinian?
He says he is. He says some turn of phrase about my people or where I'm from or whatever. And she goes, and where is that? And he goes, oh, I'm a man with no country. She goes, oh, you're Palestinian. And he either slyly acknowledges or doesn't deny it. So, I don't know. That's what I'm led to believe.
Okay.
I don't know. So he goes, he shows up like, what's going on? And she goes, see my nose? I can't go anywhere. And he goes, yeah, obviously.
It's impressive you were able to get off that couch.
I know, right? And even show your face. And so she goes, there's a man in the bathroom. He tried to kill me, but it stinks in there. Don't go in there. And you go, I'll hold my breath.
See, my joke is that she has a bloody nose, so she's like too injured to even move.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, I can't have people see me like this.
Both.
We're coming at it from different angles.
Yeah, it's all sorts of things. And so he goes in there, and she's about to call the police, and he puts the gun on her.
Yeah. Suck it.
Because apparently he doesn't carry his own gun.
No, it's got a silencer on it.
Picked up that guy's gun.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm nefarious. I've been setting this whole plot up. And she goes, well, what if I never would have responded to the videotape?
Well, you dumb sluts are the same.
Yeah.
Another one would have done it.
Right. And she goes, oh, that's pretty rude and crude. And,
out of control.
And so they just sit down in the dark now, and they're just waiting for Michael Caine. And he shows up. He starts knocking on the door like this.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, answer it. She goes, no. He goes, oh, shit. My plan. I didn't anticipate she would say no. Answer it? No. Picks her up, puts a gun to her, holding her hostage. Answer it! How about you just throw her towards the door? Why you bear hug her? Tell her to answer it. How's she going to answer it?
Well, you don't want that guy to hear it on the other side of the door.
But
What's going on in there?
yeah, I know a man in there. So she starts slowly, ding, ding, going towards the door. She's trying to dab the blood, hoping that he won't notice.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow she's miraculously able to function, even though she's bleeding from the nostril.
Yeah.
And right when she opens the door, no, Michael Caine, run away! And he shoots her in the arm.
Yeah.
And 2 guys grab her, pull her out, and they're wearing masks, and they just lace them.
Is it wearing gas masks too? Like it's a little creepy.
I think so, yeah. 'Cause they flashbang them. And just,
yeah.
I don't know why they're wearing gas masks, but, and they have no, they're not worried that the bullets are going to fly through the huge glass window and kill anybody else. Or just exit the house and draw attention to the fact.
I mean, I don't think they care about that. The whole block is
Are they police?
cordoned off.
Why is there only 2 of them?
I mean, I think they're the British equivalent of the Secret Service, right?
The MI5 Midge?
Yes.
That's what they call it?
When you activate Ghost Protocol.
Yeah. Good old days.
So, and then Michael Caine's like,
Did she know about this?
He just comes walking up.
and they're like, no, she
What's
didn't,
going on?
She didn't know anything.
He's like, what is happening? Oh, there was this plot. Was she in on it? No. Oh, he starts smoking. They carry her out. She's got a blanket on her, a shot arm.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's really tending to that arm properly.
I feel like she should be like, my fucking arm.
You need to bring me to the hospital to sew this up? No, you just put a bandage on it. It's just a big fucking hole in your arm.
She's like, you see me naked this whole movie. I'm a waif. This bullet, I don't get shot. And I've been shot now. I need you to,
I'm not a fucking Vasquez.
Yeah, right?
I need some help.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Ripley.
And Michael Caine goes, oi. And they stop. before they can administer first aid to her. She stands there and he looks at her. I didn't know about it. Okay, great. And then they put her they sit her down on the edge of the ambulance like they do.
Yeah.
Because, they don't actually put you in and take you to the hospital.
I think I'd talk to you first.
Just make
right?
you sit down and leave.
I need your insurance information.
And he comes up. Oi. He says something that's a callback to something earlier she says to him.
Good night, you kings of New England, and you queens of New Hampshire.
Good night, Cleveland. And the movie ends.
You don't like this movie?
It's whatever.
I don't think it's great. I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's surprisingly fine, I guess, but it doesn't really move the needle for me, as they say.
I think I might have liked it more than Eyewitness. Maybe.
Oh, interesting. It's similar, sort of.
What would be your rankings for like the best Sigourneys? Like, I might go Alien, Aliens, Ghostbuster, I guess Eyewitness, and then this, and then everything below that's just a shit pile that I could just puke on.
The things that I was expecting to be the highlights, I enjoyed a little less. I enjoyed Ghostbusters less now.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, overall movie, it's a tough one. I really was surprised by Eyewitness, but that's more of a William Hurt movie.
Yeah.
Right?
She's good in it, though.
She's fine. This would rank, if I'm going to rank, I'm going to give this one a rating before we go any further.
Okay.
I don't want to forget. I give this movie a 5.
I'll give it a 6.
Right in the middle.
Okay.
I'd give Sigourney 6.5.
Okay, I'll give her a 6. What are your 2 worst movies of this run?
Madman and I guess One Woman or Two.
You're forgetting about the Chevy Chase movie.
Yeah, oddly, I do think I like One Woman or Two more than the Chevy Chase movie.
I think so, because I didn't care for One Woman or Two, but when Dr. Ruth showed up, there was like a little window where I was like, yeah, you can find us on Instagram, Reddit, YouTube, Facebook. We do them filmographies. You can email us at wedoemfilmographies@gmail.com. Yep. Why don't you call us or text us at
763-634-1897.
And you should rate us and review us various places, but specifically, if you go on Apple Podcasts and rate us, let us know what movie you want us to cover. We'll do an episode on it.
We've done it already.
Yeah. Why don't you go listen to that Drop Dead Fred episode?
Mm-hmm.
All it takes is you write a fucking review and we'll watch whatever movie you want.
Yeah. If you want to trick us and put something on there that you are going to laugh because we have to watch, we'll watch it.
Yeah. I think that I would really enjoy that if...
I don't care what it is.
When I listen to a podcast, if they were like, I guess you could pick a movie if you review us, I'd probably do that.
Try to avoid something like Samurai Cop. Something that's been like covered to death. I mean, we'll watch it.
You trying to get them to recommend Samurai?
No, honestly. I mean, don't give us something where The Room, right? Like, so played.
I mean, the kind of people that are going to leave reviews will probably pick that shit.
Maybe. Give us something good.
I've been Jason.
I've been Jules.
And
good night.